So the main benefit to using the savings account over a checking account is the bank will pay you what is called interest. That is a percentage of your money that the bank is going to pay you back for the privilege of using your money. Now, what I mean by that is, your money that you have deposited in the bank isn't sitting in a drawer somewhere necessarily. It's being used by other people that have borrowed money from the bank. So, when people borrow money to buy a car or just a loan to go on vacation or whatever the money is borrowed for, that money has to come from somewhere. That money is my money that's sitting in the bank or your money that's sitting in the bank. So the way the banks work all this out is a person borrows money, pays interest back to the bank. You get a percentage of that interest back on top of your money as the percentage rate on the investment. So basically, we're going to calculate how much money we're going to get on top of the money we have deposited. Okay. So there's a couple of things that we need to work through just as far as like the words go, the vocabulary of it. The word principal is basically our dollar amount. How much money do we have in the bank? Our rate that we're going to be looking for is the percentage that the bank is paying us back. Now, with percents, we're going to have to change this to a decimal. We haven't done that in a while, but we'll walk through that when we get to it. And the tricky part of this, at least I think so, is the time on it. So if we have an investment in the bank or a savings account set up and we leave that money alone for, say, 3 months, our time isn't necessarily going to be 3. Time is always a fraction of a year. So you need to think big picture. A whole year is 12 months. So if you have money in the bank for 3 months, the time for our calculation is going to be 3 out of 12. Or if it's 6 months, it would be 6 out of 12. Or 9 months, you get the picture, hopefully. It's always out of 12 because we have 12 months in a year. Now, if the investment or the money is invested for, say, 3 years, you wouldn't put that out of 12. Okay. If the time is in years, you use it as is. But if the time is listed in months, which most of them are, you're going to have to adjust that and make it a fraction of a year. So out of 12. Okay. For the most part, this is a really straightforward calculation if you can remember to change your change your percents to decimals and to set up your time as fraction of a year. Now, don't let the fraction throw you off on that because it's really just a division here. So Joyce deposits $900 in a savings account at the state bank. They pay an annual interest rate of 5.5%. Now, there's a lot of half or fraction percents on these. Don't let that throw you off. We'll walk through it. So after 3 months, the interest is calculated. How much simple interest did she earn? So our formula, what we're trying to calculate here, right? The formula, we're trying to calculate the interest. We need these 3 pieces, which I'm going to give you. So the interest that she earns is going to be her $900 times 5.5. I'm going to write that as a decimal, 5.5% for 3 months. Okay, now we're going to make a couple little changes here. The $900 is good. The 5.5%, I need to make that 0.055. And my 3 months, I'm going to make that 3 out of 12. Instead of doing a fraction, which most of you aren't using a scientific calculator, you're using the one on your phone, which is fine, it doesn't do fractions. So just put that in as 3 divided by 12. Now, I put the parentheses in there just out of habit to separate my pieces. You don't even have to do that. You can just put this straight in. 900 times 0.055 times 3 divided by 12. She's going to earn back $12, and my calculator gave me 0.375, so I need to make that $12.38. Okay, that is the interest that she's earning back. So she still has the original $900. So in her account now, she has $912.38. Okay, but the question says how much interest. There's our answer. Read the question. If it says how much money is in the account, you would add on the original investment, and that's her total there. All right. Let's get rid of some of the words here. Keep this pretty straightforward. The principal is $400, so we're going to take $400 times 6% interest, 0.06. You've got to change those to decimals. The interest after 3 months, so 3 divided by 12 again. I got an even $6 on this one. So again, if you're asked, read the question. If you're asked how much money is in the account, it's the original $400 plus the $6 interest. Principal of $1,500, interest rate 0.025, 6 months. My interest on this one is $18.75. Okay, it's not a lot of money, but you know that's the bank's going to take their cut too. So this is basically what the bank's going to pay you for having $1,500 in the bank.